Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about some register exercises for your clarinet to get you playing into the upper register successfully. Now remember, when you're playing clarinet, probably the most important thing is your airstream. We want to use fast, cold air, just like in 6th grade. You learned that angry cat air where you went and blew that cold air across your fingers. That's super important. Otherwise, you'll play out of tune. You won't have the air support to play the instrument or change the register, and it just isn't gonna go well for you. Some other things that we need to remember are our thumb key. Our thumb never makes the jump to the register key. We should actually always be touching the register key when we play, and if you notice, my thumb's pointing at that 1 o'clock angle, and then there's a worn spot on my register key where my thumb sat, and then my aunt and uncle who passed the clarinet down to me, their thumbs both sat as well. And so as we're doing our register exercises, keep that thumb always touching the register key. You don't have to push it, but it should always touch it, even when you're not using it. Our fingers, we want to seat those pads in the middle of our fingers, right where our pads of our fingers are, or the fingerprints are, so we get our tone holes completely covered and we don't have any leaks or squeaks. In the low register, you'll just get a little bit of an airy sound, or the sound won't come out. In the upper register, it's going to sound pretty awful if we're not fully covered. It's a pretty unforgiving register. And then our pinkies should be right out in front on the low F or the C key, or the low E or the B key, not behind the clarinet, because that pulls our ring fingers off, and our others, and definitely not under it, because then that can pull our first fingers off, and it can also bend your keys and put you out of position when it's time to use use your pinkies. The notes that we're going to be using today are your low F scale, your low E flat concert scale. So low F, G, A, B flat, not B natural, C, D, E, and F. And as we play our register exercises, we'll play 2 counts on the bottom note, and then we'll just push our register key to slur to the upper note. We're not going to tongue the upper note. We're just going to slur it like this. And that's it. There's no embouchure adjustment. There's no air adjustment. It's just fast, cold air. The only thing that we're doing is adding a button, adding the register key. So just like good musicians should, we're going to use our metronome for this today. I've got my metronome set at 75. And remember, we're playing in half notes. Half note for the bottom note, half note for the upper note. So go ahead and join me. Then as you do that, remember, the longer you play that and the more you do that exercise, the better it's going to sound. And then another great exercise to help you with that lower register and into the upper register is just to play your low F scale, the one that we talked about, playing it up and down in slurred quarter notes, and then playing the same thing with the register key down. So let's do that. Let's play our low F scale in slurred quarter notes. And we want that big sound for the lower register, and the only difference between the lower register and the upper register is, again, a button. So let's do the exact same thing, pushing the upper register button, turning on that middle sheet. And again, do each of these things every single day. That's going to build that upper register, and it's just like ripping a Band-Aid off. It's going to hurt a little bit for a while, but you've just got to get used to it and get that done. The more you play in the upper register, the better it's going to sound, I promise. So remember, each day, register exercises from the low notes to the high notes, and you can vary them doing half notes or whole notes or quarter notes or eighth notes, whatever makes you happy. And then also playing that low F scale big and full and loud. See how big of a sound you can make, because remember, the clarinet is not a soft instrument. And then playing that same low F scale with the register key down to make it your upper C scale or your high B flat concert scale, just to kind of hang into that register and get used to it. So hope you're having a great day, and